just finished watching the Diego Pacheco fight versus my man, Steven Nelson. Just gonna give y'all my reaction real quick on the fight. I thought it was an interesting fight, but we're gonna get into that right after this. The fight just actually finished up right now. Well, not right now, about 10 minutes ago. It was definitely an interesting night. I was supposed to be joined with my co-host, but they're over there watching other people's interviews. But I will say this, in regards to the entire night, it was pretty cool. Got to watch Andy Cruz. He had a really good fight. A few other fights that went down, but for the most part, I'm not gonna lie. I was more intrigued with the Pacheco fight because Pacheco's one of those prospects at 168 pounds, where we do want to see. I was also interested in the Cruz fight. I thought Cruz fought a good fight as well. But let's get into the main event first. First and foremost, for any of my guys come on here, if they come on, I might keep this pretty brief. But Diego Pacheco's 23 years old, fighting a vet that finally gets a big opportunity, coming back from an Achilles injury. Former Olympian, started boxing late. Just watching the fight early, I thought Nelson was really he was fighting a smart fight. I had him actually winning. I want to say like the first 3 out of 4 rounds, right? I thought he was doing a decent job. I thought Pacheco was very passive, kind of trying to get his timing down, trying to get his space per se, right? Let me put the chat here for anybody that wants to just chat. Sorry about that, guys. But I thought it was pretty good. Shaka King, what's up? What up, Chris Whitfield? Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Also share the stream, man. Let's talk about this. I thought Pacheco was losing the fight in the beginning. Towards the fifth to about the 10th, 11th, fifth to about the 10th, Pacheco just started landing cleaner shots, better shots. Was he crazy impressive? No, I thought he was pretty good, but I thought he fought somebody that was pretty solid. Granted of his age or whatnot, but I felt like it was a good challenge for a young kid, and I think this was a fight to really gauge where do we put him next at 168 pounds. And, a lot of people, of course, the ultimate goal is a Canelo Alvarez fight, but we all know if that were to happen, it would probably be May of 2026. Low, what's up, Low? Low, call up. Andy Cruz is the truth. His skill set is serious. I thought he was good. Call up, Low. Call up. I just think he got hit a lot. I think he got hit a lot in this fight. He got rocked a couple times. I did not like that for Andy Cruz, but we're going to keep talking about this Pacheco situation. But call up, man. Call up real quick. Let's talk about it. I think Pacheco did enough to kind of put himself in the conversation of the top guys. And again, he's one of the guys that's getting pushed, ironically, by Jose Benavidez Sr., right? The other guys in that division mentioning would be, even his son would go back down to 168, but Caleb Plant, and Billy, they were talking about possibly fighting Diego, you hear me? Dave, what the fuck is his name? Jesus Christ. Yo, my memory's going crazy. But it kind of puts him in that realm. I would like to see him fight another fight. Will he get one of the top guys, whether it be Berlanga? I don't know. I think that's where you're probably going to see him. I wouldn't be, I'll tell you this, I wouldn't be mad at seeing him fight Berlanga. I kind of feel like they're both kind of on the same wavelength. Okay, and I think maybe Pacheco's a little cleaner in regards to how he's a little more accurate than Berlanga, but I think that could be a really good fight simply because of the uh, the fact that Berlanga's a big kid. He's a very big kid. Um, he's a good puncher, and they're both kind of green in my opinion. And the one thing hold on, let me get this call. The one, hey, what's good, Lo? What's popping? Did you watch the fight, right?
What's up?
Now I was talking about the Pacheco fight with Nelson. I was thinking to myself, where should Pacheco go next? Now the decision, I thought the score was a little bit a little too high. Like 117, 111 to me was kind of crazy, but I thought it was a good fight. I was impressed by Nelson, especially his heart and all that. But like, my question was, where do we see Pacheco going? What would be a possibility? What would be a step up for Pacheco at this point? And I was thinking to myself, I would like to see him fight Edgar Malanga. I think them two, yo yo.
Yo,
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. There's a lot of noise in the background.
yo.
Yeah, I see you. I'm about to plug you in right now.
That's not me, bro.
No, no, I know that's not you. That's
I got a
X.
full house. I got a full house. It's fighting night, you heard?
Yeah, but but what I was saying to
It's
do me
fighting
a
night
favor.
over here, fellas.
Oh man, that's too loud, man. It's too loud. But what I was saying to you, where do you think he goes from here? From fighting
I'm gonna be real with you, know. I'm gonna keep it 100. I didn't even see that fight. I saw the Andy
you
Cruz
didn't
fight.
see the Pacheco fight, the main
I
event?
didn't
Why
see
not?
that fight. I had a lot of shit going on. I was in the middle of editing the video for the first time. Asked somebody to come help me edit the video for what we spoke about yesterday. And like I said, I was watching the Andy Cruz fight. I got high interest in Andy Cruz as a fighter,
Yeah.
and that was it. And I was also watching. I was doing a couple of things. You know what I mean? So I didn't even watch that fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't
Damn,
hate to say it.
dog.
I never even seen Pacheco fight before.
You never seen Pacheco fight? What Low? I mean, it says low nose boxing. It doesn't say low nose Andy Cruz. What's going on here?
No, I just haven't seen. Like I said, certain fighters I haven't watched yet. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like certain divisions I haven't watched yet. I got to really be up to speed because I wasn't really impressed with a lot of divisions for a long time.
Yeah,
Certain
yeah.
divisions I watched, but I'm going to be into tune watching since people are affiliating his name with guys like Edgar Belanga and the big names at 168. So I'm definitely going to, I'm going to backtrack and I'm going to watch that fight because I do have the zones, you know what I mean? I didn't get a chance to watch it live, but I will watch it because I hear a lot of things about Pacheco.
I thought Pacheco was I thought he was good in the fight.
Mediocre.
Hold on, Hamza. I'm gonna bring you on right now because this guy got a full house. Everybody going. But so I mean, we're gonna talk about Andy Cruz as well. But let me get my man Hamza on real quick. He just
Hamza,
Hamza. Hold on one second. He's
my nigga, a lot of nicknames for Hamza, bro. Hamza Hoodie,
hold on.
Ryan's name, my Hamza, all of that, man.
Hold on.
And
Hamza, I think Hamza was good. You're
Man was
live,
good.
Hamza. You're live.
I thought that was pretty mediocre, man. Steve could have fought a better game plan instead of doing the in and out movement like Terrence did with Madrimov. Man, you gotta know when to come forward and put the foot on the gas.
Yeah, and he was catching Pacheco towards the end, more so much that if you look closely at the fight, he's starting to look up at the clock. He was looking at the clock, waiting for the round to be over. So he was definitely getting to.
It was a winnable fight.
Yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I think Nelson definitely got himself some more checks. We all know who was supposed to be the top guy in that fight. I was impressed with him, but I agree. I think he should have put the pedal to the metal a little more. But he did say when he got cut, it kind of changed his approach during the fight. What do you
Yeah, that
see?
should make you get on the gas.
I mean, yeah. I mean, where do you see Pacheco going from here?
I mean, I don't know. He's pretty mediocre. I seen that the movement that Steve was giving him problems
Yeah.
on his jab. He couldn't land no jab. Like it wasn't like he was doing anything sweet in there. Like it, for what they said is like he should have just stopped. Cause I was on the boxing voice and they was acting like dude was just gonna wash him, and I'm like, no, cause I'm in California. I never heard of cuz like that. Like he could potentially get stopped. Like Steve could have, if he would have pressed him from the fourth round on, he would have pretty much had dude tired to where he would have won. But he was doing in and out movements. The same thing Bud was doing against Mandramov, and I didn't like that.
I think he respected his power. I definitely think he respected his power and his accuracy. He's a tall fighter. He looked a lot bigger than Nelson in the fight. Like he was just way bigger, in my opinion. But I feel like towards the middle rounds, he was just more accurate. He was landing a lot of clean shots. He had him off his back foot a couple times. I mean, I think Nelson put up a decent performance. I think he gets some more fights. But in regards to Pacheco, who do we want to see him fight him? Billy? Do we want to see him fight Caleb Plant, Berlanga? My choice, to me, this is just me. I want to see him fight. I think him and Berlanga makes sense. To be honest with you, I think that would be a fight that actually makes sense. Two guys that are pretty green, in my opinion. Two guys that are highly touted or highly invested in at 168 pounds. I'd like to see those two guys kind of go at it. And, I think that would be a big fight. You got Mexico versus Puerto Rico, right? I think that makes sense. Maybe, Jaime Munguia has his matchup coming up, the rematch of who he fought. But, it's definitely, again, I wasn't super impressed by Pacheco, but I will say this, he is a very accurate puncher when he lets his hands go. Lowe didn't watch the fight, so we can't even ask Lowe, this guy over here.
I watched the whole card. I wasn't impressed by him.
Andy Cruz was the most skilled fighter the whole night.
Andy Cruz did a lot of he's very talented.
Very good counterpuncher.
He's very talented, but what I did see is that he doesn't know when to use certain skills in fights.
Killer instinct ain't there, bro.
He could have stopped that guy easily if he would have been on the track and stayed in the pocket. He does a lot of unnecessary moves, switching, moving around for no reason. Like just a lot of. Gotta stay in range, man. That's all.
I think Andy Cruz is a good fighter.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. And I've seen him train, and I've seen Boots train, and believe it or not, I could honestly feel that Andy Cruz, and this is not a knock on anybody in the gym over there. I think Andy Cruz is the most skilled fighter out of both of these guys, including Boots. Boots is more athletic, more special effects, fast, twitchy power. Tall, rangy, but I think Andy Cruz is actually more skilled than Boots, in my opinion, based on what I've seen. And I've seen both of those guys in person, spar and everything. And that's also because of his background.
I feel like he got starched a couple times. I feel like he did get hit more than I would like to see Cruz get hit in a fight, to be honest with you. I feel like at times he lacked concentration and let himself get caught out there. And against some of the better fighters at 135, I don't think he can continue fighting like that. But he is very skilled. They're talking about him going for a belt soon, with only 4 professional fights.
For Cruz right now?
Yeah.
You know what's a good champion for him to fight? Loma. I don't know if Loma retired or not. I want to see Andy and Loma. Loma's on his way out. Him and Andy are both Olympians. They're both guys that have been fast. Well, Loma's been fast tracked, and Andy is being fast tracked. And it's also a winnable fight for Loma. And I see it could be a winnable fight for Andy as well. I want to see Andy versus Loma. I want to see Andy get somebody else first because the Keyshawn fight's not going to happen until he becomes a champion. Because we have a lot of fighters that lost in the amateurs and they got to get back in the pros. And Keyshawn is not even acknowledging Andy. Andy's going to have to carve out his own path to become a champion. And the only other guy there, because Tank ain't going to fight him, and Keyshawn's fighting the other champion. And Shakur is doing what he's doing. I think he needs to go for Loma, man. Try to get that Loma fight. Try to get that get back for Rigo. Restore the honor of the Cuban fighters.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to hold on, so when it comes to Keyshawn though, I think Keyshawn's ignoring him too because he did lose to him 4 times in the amateurs, and I feel like he doesn't want to
I just don't
build
understand how
that steam
people
as
even
well.
saying that somebody's behind somebody who is in front of them in the amateurs. That's backwards boxing, but you know.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
If I was better than you in the amateurs, there's a high percentage chance I'm going to be better than you in the pros. I fought you 4 times. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. They went 3-3, but in one of the fights, he busted his eardrum with the hook. When you get to the pros and the eights is on, it's a different story.
No, I mean,
Listen, he called the man his son.
yeah, he did. I mean, he's calling him out. He's doing everything in his power to get Keyshawn. And this is the thing with Keyshawn. Keyshawn is not a quiet dude. He responds to pretty much everything, but he chooses not to respond to anything with Andy Cruz.
His energy towards Andy is better, man. But like to piggyback on what Hamza said, right? There's been instances where a guy in the amateurs will have your number, like Vernon Forrest, right? Vernon
Shane
Forrest
Mosley.
had Shane Mosley's number, right, in the amateurs. And Shane Mosley kind of had Oscar's number too, right? But then you look at it because Miguel Cotto in the amateurs lost to Kelson Pinter. Cotto fought him in the pros and retired him. Cotto lost to the gold medalist in Russia named Abdulayev. They fought in the Garden. That was the first Puerto Rican Day Parade fight in the Garden. Cotto, I think he catch homeboys Rutner broke his eye socket, retired him. Mike Tyson lost to Henry Tillman and to the Olympic guy named Tyrell Bing. And in the pros, we see what Mike did to them dudes also. So it could go different ways, man. And Andy Cruz and Keyshawn, both of them are contenders. Keyshawn is one fight away from becoming the champion. I think that fight is going to be civilized if one of them becomes the champion first. Right now, they're not going to fight as contenders. But I do want to see that fight.
It'd be different if they was in there without a headgear on in them Olympics. They had the headgear off, so
Yeah, but still, I'm just talking about his energy, period, Keyshawn, towards.
because he doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to get his ass.
And that's my point.
Nightmare.
There got to be something there that he doesn't want to fight. I mean, listen, he responds to everybody. He pressed Tiafimo, right?
Listen,
he
the
responds
other
to everybody.
day,
Yeah.
this is how I know it's true. I was on the other platform, and they asked the nigga Bakram about Charles Conwell, and he tried to act like he ain't know cuz. When you gotta know him, he was an Olympian and he one of the best 54ers. Like people will really act like they don't know you in boxing because they don't want to get smoked by you. So at the end of the day, it's about getting punishment, punching in your mouth. So it's
What do you guys thought about Mercado? Mercado, the second fighter.
Basura.
I thought he was stiff as hell, dude. Like I felt like he
I
was kind of.
said that on the jaw, and he was stiff, chin in the air, basura.
So I mean, but he's gonna be one of those names at that range at 135 pounds. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's because he has a look.
You talking about the one that knocked off Flávio?
There's
Yes.
fighters that are marketable, and then there's fighters that actually can fight.
Pedraza shot.
I mean, Petraz has been shot for years, but I'm just
No, he
saying.
really was shot.
In the back of the head.
I'm sorry, what?
He hit Pedraza in the back of the head.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did for the knockout, but
Pedraza was finished though. Like really bad. He needs to retire.
yeah, he can't fight. I think he was fighting at 140. That fight was at 140, but I mean, there is going to be options around it. I would like to see. I mean, again, I'd like to see what happens with Cruz. A lot of people talking about Cruz, but I will say this: even though I think Cruz is very talented, I feel like he took way too many shots, in my opinion, for somebody of that high of a skill set. In my opinion,
Well, that dude that he fought was not really. He wasn't really a bum. That dude,
oh
he
no, he's not a
upset it and
bum.
stopped.
He's not a bum.
He upset Chris Colbert and stopped
He took
him.
a lot of shots. He took a lot of shots because he was squared up in the pocket. He don't have real defense, and he stay in the high guard too long, just turning. That's not defense. Cruz. You just don't be in a high guard going in a circle. They still can land shots. You got to
I
know how to
want to see
move your way to catch the shots. A lot of people really need to take a look at Canelo and just stop hating it so you can learn how to stay in the pocket and catch and slip punches. It is what it is.
I mean, listen. Overall, tonight was a good night. I just want to see. I just want to know, where do these guys go? Where does Cruz go? Where does Pacheco go? Of course, Pacheco was the main event, so it's kind of where I wanted to start with.
Cruz needs more
He's
work.
not getting a Belanga fight.
I'm sorry, Lo.
He's not going to get a Belanga fight. Belanga's going to look for a big name. I don't know where Pacheco's going to go.
I
And once
mean,
again,
what names are at 168? I mean, Pacheco's a pretty big name at 168. I mean, you got Caleb Plant, you got and Billy, right? Who else at 168?
oh no, maybe he can go after Jaime Munguia.
Jaime Munguia's already tied up with his rematch that he has coming up right now. That he just got. I mean, Jaime Munguia's stock has been shot ever since he got dropped the way he got knocked out. I mean, Pacheco's probably the top. After, I mean, the biggest fight for Berlanga would be Caleb Plant right now, unless they're gonna fight Trevor McCumbee. That's somebody that might be dangerous.
Might he could go after the guy that fought Caleb Plant that dropped him.
You talking about? You talking about? I just said that Trevor McCumbee. I could see
Yeah, I mean,
McCumbee. They said Pacheco will be Dogfu versus Mbili, Berlanga, and Munguia.
I
mean, those are the options.
for Pacheco because Billy coming nonstop.
Yeah.
What's next for Andy Cruz, man?
I don't know.
He needs more work.
He's gonna get more rounds in him. You know what I mean? I don't,
Yeah, but who? But who? What's a good fight for the 135? Being that 135 is loaded with names from top tier guys.
He needs more Mexicans. He needs more Mexicans.
I mean, there's some guys at 135, but he is going to be somebody that's going to get elevated pretty fast. So you probably see him.
Put him in there with a boxer puncher, he gonna get clipped and knocked out.
Put him in there with Mickey Bay. Mickey Bay still be getting work sometimes.
You don't really believe he good then?
Damn.
Well, Mickey Bay's a former champion. Just
Yeah, he's been active. Been inactive too long.
All right,
Hey,
so
listen.
I was going to say Cambosis, but Cambosis at 140 now.
Yeah, he's campaigning at 140. He
Yeah,
got a fight
Cambosis
like
not
that.
trying to be a come up for somebody young coming up. Cambosis going for paydays. Let me see. I was going to say, not Trevor Farmer.
You can go with more attire.
He spars a lot with Trevor Farmer.
You can get with more attire.
Yeah, like, he want to get a title shot. You got to beat somebody ranked. You know what I'm saying? He's being fast tracked. Muritalia is a good fight for him. I actually got Andy beating Muritalia.
You're gonna have to get in there. You're gonna have to get in there with somebody.
Yeah, Muritalia, then Lomachenko, man. I want to see him with Loma. But I got to see a little bit more, though. But I want to see him with Loma. If Loma's coming back.
Loma's talking about retirement. He's talking about he's dealing with injuries right now. I mean, there's some guys.
He's scared to work.
Oh, you said Loma? I mean, I don't know about that, but
You don't want to get put to bed. These waters is deep.
I hear you. But I mean, Cruz is cool. I mean, I don't know, man. I was more interested in hearing Pacheco. He was the main event. I want to see. Somebody said that Berlanga would kill him. I don't think so. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And Billy probably. But I mean, I think him and Berlanga they're kind of on the same level, in my opinion.
It's a fact.
I think they're on the same level. Yeah.
If I was going to ask you something that pertains to.
Combi might give Pacheco some problems because the way he aggressive and strong.
Yeah.
And Pacheco don't look like he be trying to be in no inside.
Nah. Hold on, Lo. What you was gonna ask?
Oh man, I forgot what it was, bro. Damn, I lost my train of thought. But
Yeah.
I forgot what it was, bro. But,
Well, McCumbie's going to give a lot of people a problem at 168, and he don't got somebody to fight right now, so that could be a guy thrown in the mix for Pacheco. But I think Pacheco and Berlanga would be a dope fight. I mean, we still got Charlo too. Nobody's mentioned the Charlo at 168. You know what I mean? We still got Charlo if he's going to come back. There's some guys to fight.
He's the
Training
deceased.
with his dad right now.
He's what?
He's training with his father right now.
I didn't even hear what he said. He broke up.
He's training with his father right now.
He's training with his.
I seen the clips of him training with his dad. Yeah, I never knew his dad was a fighter or a trainer or what, but I know he's training with his father right now.
Yeah, I seen him post something like that. But so there is options, but I think Pacheco and Berlanga, in my opinion, if Berlanga doesn't go and take Plant, right? Because they're talking about him fighting his next fight in Puerto Rico. I think those make the best options in regards to fights that you could probably sell.
Isn't he fighting Gabriel Rosado?
I don't want to see that. I'm sorry. I don't want to see Gabe Rosado.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If Gabriel Rosado comes in shape and is sharp, Gabe could pull it off. He could pull it off, but then again, he's been out the ring 3 days ago.
I mean, they're looking for pretty much a gimme for this next fight. I think Berlanga, and before they fight Caleb Plant, I think Caleb Plant's probably the next one, and I think Pacheco would have had a more dominant performance. I think Pacheco would have been online for that fight, but I mean that's the options right now. 168 for Pacheco. I mean, he said he wants to fight for a title, but we know who has the titles, and Canelo's probably going to grab the last one, right? Against Scullin and May.
Gonna fight Bud.
Yeah, and then he's gonna fight Bud. So I think Pacheco's gonna end up fighting. I would like to see him fight against Berlanga. Iglesias second ranked or Surface. He beats Jaime. I don't know.
Yeah, I got a phone from. I'm gonna call you guys back.
Yeah, here's back. Yeah, we had a call from a caller anyway. So let me grab this before we sign off. Let me call.
Man, I thought they was acting like Pacheco was so nasty. He was just gonna stop Steve.
I mean, they're invested in him. They're definitely invested in him. So, you know, 219. You had just reached out. I'm sorry. What's up, buddy?
What up, bro? How you doing, bro?
I'm all right. Talk to me.
Good, bro. Hey, yo, I was just thinking about the fight for Diego. Yeah, I just typed in that French dude that beat Jaime. He probably should be next. I don't know if it's a rematch.
They got a rematch already. They already set the rematch in back at Jaime's hometown. I think Jaime what's it called? He basically initiated the rematch clause, so that's supposed to happen. But I mean, listen, Nelson is not an easy fighter to fight. He fought a good fight. But Pacheco, I mean, listen, there's only a few options, especially if you're going to go for a big fight. And I think those are the options we have right now. Somebody said Benavidez' daddy's going to get Pacheco hurt.
And Billy might be good, too, and Billy is good, too.
Yeah, and Billy, I think Berlanga for him will be this is going to sound crazy, the safest route, in my opinion. I think they're pretty, I think Pacheco's a little more skilled than Berlanga. I mean, I think Berlanga's just a way bigger guy. But I think that fight actually makes a lot of sense. Am I bugging? With that one or no?
I mean, it makes sense, but Pacheco,
I don't think he beats Caleb Plant the way he fought today.
Pacheco's not gonna beat Caleb.
No, he don't. He don't beat Caleb Plant. He'll get stopped.
Yeah, I don't know about stop, but I don't think he beats Caleb Plant. And like even Nelson was frustrating with a few of the things that he was doing, but I feel like Nelson and McCumbie's another one too. I think McCumbie's very dangerous because, he's very awkward, punches from different angles. But I think McCumbie's a good fight as well for him. So, I think
they're gonna try to wait it out so that way he can try to get a title shot. Like they're gonna see if Canelo gonna let go of some belts or something. They're gonna try to just put themselves in a position. So I don't think he about to have no tough scraps. Like they about to just keep him busy. Because they know that Mr. Alvarez getting older, and they just gonna try to wait it out, and then to maybe see if they can get the fight next. But he ain't about to get no tough scraps. Like they about to be careful with him, especially off this fight right here with Steven Nelson. Because Steven Nelson was in the fight.
Yeah, he was.
Go ahead, but my fault.
No, you good. No, I mean, if he waits for Canelo, we're probably looking at another year and a half. We're talking about next May. Because he's locked in for this May, he's locked in for September, and he's supposedly locked in for a third fight. So we're looking at 2026 May or September, if possible. Now, is it possible that he says, you know what, screw it, I go up to 175 and try to chase one of those belts? Is that a possibility? at this point. I mean, he's a big kid.
Better
He's a
Biev is
very big kid.
alive.
That'd be a bad
As
decision.
long as Better Biev is alive, he needs to stay away from there.
I mean, those are his options. He's not going to go down. He's not going to go to 160.
Well, no, there's more options than the option with Better Biev. For Archer, there's other options.
I mean,
Hey, yo, it's some Cuban dude that's 13-0 that's highly ranked in all the sanctioned bodies. Y'all don't know. I'm sure y'all don't know him, but his name is like like Glacier. He highly ranked in all the sanctioned bodies. They probably stay away from that because he's Cuban, so he can box, and that probably wouldn't be some good work. But he just got to keep fighting, bro. He probably don't need another big fight, bro. He needs to just keep fighting. Like, he's still green. He still need like a lot of work. I don't know if he need like a super big fight right now. I mean, this is a good step up, but he like needs some more work, bro.
No, he
needs some more
definitely
work.
does. But who's going to be the next one at 168? Is it going to be? And I think McCumbie's somebody that's going to be a name that's going to be bounced around to a lot of those guys at 168. You know what I mean? Caleb Plant did beat him, but it was a good fight. But I think Berlanga. I think if Berlanga ends up with Caleb Plant, I think we might see Pacheco versus either Mbili or McCumbie. I think that's where I think he's going to end up going. Now,
I think he'd rather fight McCumbie than Billy because Billy is a hard fight.
yeah, I
He's
mean,
not jumping back and forth. He's coming nonstop.
yeah, and like
Balls.
you guys, yeah, and like you guys said, man, he's supposed to be a star. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be the next Mexican star coming out of 168. So they're definitely trying to set him up. I see you shaking your head. But it's the facts. That's what he is.
Well, listen, it's not what he is because he's not even won a title yet.
Well, they're pushing him like he's going to be the next one.
No, they're going to push him to get put to bed.
Who puts him up bet at 168?
It's some work up there at 168. It's all the dudes. Even though Jaime got knocked out,
Listen, he 23.
like I still would take Jaime over
Take
him,
your
Caleb
time.
Plant, yeah, Berlanga.
You
I'm
got
taking
Berlanga
all
beating
them.
him? I don't think Berlanga beats him. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I got Berlanga because Berlanga been in there with Saul, bro. So he
Well, it
took some
just
shit away
depends
from that.
on who, because I just really didn't see Pacheco throwing a lot of shots in there tonight.
No, he wasn't, but he was accurate when he did let it go. And
Yeah,
he's
you
a good
got
puncher.
like you got the Berlanga is not Steve Nelson's height.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
he big. Like he's big. He's a big guy.
he's just
But
made
also,
for
I think he's a lot
different fight.
easier to hit than Steve. But he's a lot bigger. He's a lot stronger. So I mean, I think that's an interesting fight. I'd like to see Pacheco versus Berlanga. I think that would
I
be.
think
a really good
Berlanga
fight.
would step to him. I think Berlanga would step to Diego Pacheco. I don't even think he would back up. I think he might step to Diego Pacheco.
I mean, then we finally see him fight somebody. I don't think that either of them are heads and shoulders above each other. In my opinion, I think they're pretty even. I think we could get a really good fight out of that. To be honest with you, if the fight would have gone on, I'd probably favor Pacheco. That's just me. I'm not the biggest Berlanga supporter. I just feel like intangibles. I think that Pacheco has better intangibles than him. That's just how I feel. But I think that makes sense. I think that's where they're probably going to start aiming for, depending on what he does with Caleb Plant. That's just how I feel on that, in my opinion. But I could be wrong.
What you thought about Andy Cruz, Noah?
I thought Cruz was cool. I thought Cruz is a good fighter. I think he's very solid, good for work. I just feel like he did have a lot of mental lapses where he got caught clean, and one of them really rattled him. In my opinion, I thought he did. But he took it well. He showed a good chin. But I think he's good. I think he's very talented. I think it's another talented guy at 135. I would like to see him and Keyshawn Davis eventually, and I think that's going to snowball into a big fight. The more he continues to, because they're going to push him. Andy Cruz is well respected. Everybody in there was talking great things about him, so we already know they're going to push him for that fight, and he'll probably get one of those straps very soon. Especially if Lomachenko doesn't return, it's going to be a vacant belt on that, and I think Cruz is going to be the one to grab that. So, 135 is getting interesting,
Facts.
huh?
So those are the facts. And Keyshawn don't want to fight Andy Cruz because he gonna box, and Keyshawn don't have a good job. He don't fight good coming forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's 135 is good. I didn't really like the other guy that fought before him, Ricardo. I wasn't big on him. I felt like
Nah, he was very, very basic, very regular. Need to work on the jab, wasn't slipping shit, kept his head up in the air.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was very but he only got 13 fights though, so I ain't gonna be too hard on him. Like
No,
he just got to keep
no, he
working.
has more than
Okay,
13 fights.
let's get that shit up
He has
out
17
of there.
fights. He has 17 fights, 16 of them
Okay,
by
how
knockout.
many fights you got? Get that shit up out of there. That was elementary shit.
Yeah, I'm not big
Yeah,
on him.
yeah. He was looking basic. Yeah, he was very regular.
I will say this. I like the fact that he wants to fight people, that he's calling people out. I love that about him. I just don't think he beat, and I don't think he beats anybody at 140 worth mentioning, to be honest with you. So, you know, I wasn't crazy about
Matias
it.
was stopping.
I mean, that might be a good fight him and Matias. I mean, Matias is looking for an opponent. He can't find one. Can't get one.
Yeah, good dude, because dude is lunch meat. And I'm vegan.
Yeah. He got it. Yeah, he needs some more. He just got to work on the. Hey, yo, he got one of them daddies as his coach, so he looking a little limited.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, his pops is coach. His pops is his coach manager.
You gotta see, he was so stiff in there. It was
Yeah, he looked
crazy.
stiff. He looked dry when he came out.
He didn't even know how to deliver punches properly.
Yeah, he wasn't. It was just he didn't look fundamentally sound. Technically, I'm like, this thing really.
I wasn't.
Like even when he was delivering body shots, his neck was so stiff. All dude had to do was throw a double hook, like boom, boom, and just to the head.
I mean,
went
but
straight to
Pedraza
sleep.
is done. He's done. And the
And
worst
that
part
goes to show you his talent level. If
No,
he's in there with
but
Pedraza.
also Pedraza was a late replacement as well. He came in and took that fight.
This
So.
cat. Hey, listen, I know this
That's what they were
boxing.
saying. That's what they were saying.
No, listen, I know boxing. He was always the first option. They say that he was the late replacement. That's cat.
Whatever. But I just wanted to get y'all reaction on that, man. Cole, I appreciate you. I got to take it down. I'm tired as hell. Hamza, I'm hollering at you tomorrow.
God, salute.
Yeah, no problem, brother.
Salute.
Appreciate you.
All right,
Hamza, you look tired as hell, man. But I'm going to holler at you tomorrow.
I'm zooted.
I feel you, my G. It's your boy, man, and we out of here, man.